Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our first show on the Ohana Hive Vibe Tribe. We are two wonderful ladies who want to help with our experiences. All of us at Ohana are here to offer support and guidance to help navigate through the tidal waves of life. And what I want to do is introduce Donna Richards, and she is actually one of our co-hosts as well. So I'm going to let you speak, Donna, and maybe do a little song for us to get us in the high vibe and mood. And welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Debbie. It's so good to be here. It's so good to finally be live on Facebook. This is our first live stream, and we want to welcome everybody. And we're so glad that you took the time to join us today. And like Debbie said, I'm going to start you with a song. I just got my uke on Friday, so 3 days ago.
Yay.
So I prepared a couple snippet to get us in the mood. And Debbie and I, we wear our little flower Hawaiian inspired outfit for today. And I wear the flower on the right side because that indicates my relationship status.
Ah.
So here we go. So if you know the song, make sure you join us, okay? A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's a little song I wrote. You might sing it note for note. Don't worry. Sorry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't worry. Ooh, 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 ooh. Be happy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't worry. Be happy now. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't worry. Ooh, 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 ooh. Be happy. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now this one is for Debbie. 30 seconds. Here we go. I had a dream I hope will come true, that you're here with me and I'm here with you. I wish that the earth, sea, and skies up above will send me someone to love.
Oh, that's so
Will
beautiful.
send me someone to love.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. That's like one of my favorite songs. Oh my goodness.
I'll work on it, and it's only been 3 days, so we're gonna have some fun with the ukulele.
That song played when I went to go see Inside Out, and it was a short clip, and it was I Love You, and it literally made me cry. I'm just like, oh, this is such a beautiful story, and I had to share it because it was just so cute.
Oh, I love that song too. There's so many songs I love, so the journey has begun. I've been practicing a lot, and I'm feeling it in the fingers. Well, that's okay. It always gets better after a while.
Definitely. So first of all, I'm going to introduce you. I have a few things to say first, just to kind of get you introduced in, and then we'll ask some questions and see how come we chose the name that we chose, Ohana Hive Vibe Tribe, and what it means to us to be hosting and doing this wonderful thing. So Donna was born in Quebec City and has an older sister. She learned to speak English at a young age. As a young adult, after receiving a scholarship from the New York University in Toronto. She lived in Toronto for a couple of years. Her and her sister decided to come to Alberta for the summer, but she loved it so much she just didn't leave. She really enjoys living in our beautiful province, and she's currently raising 2 children and working in administration. One thing about Donna that I absolutely love is she has the attitude of gratitude for all life experiences that gave her such a meaningful life and how it brought her to where she is today. Just like a lot of us, she's overcome adversity by dealing with rejection, loss, bullying, accidents, injury, abuse, marriage, and so much more. And I'm just scrolling here. It brought her to where she is today, and the journey was challenging, but step by step she moved forward and gained so much strength and wisdom, and she's getting ready to share all these tips with others. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this, that from your introduction, is that we get to share our journeys with other people and how we got through it, and hopefully help their path be smoother. We're kind of like the way finders, So thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. And like I was said, we talk so much, Debbie and I, and we agree that each journey is unique. We all have our own unique journey. And so the journey to self-love will be unique too. And there's so many different healing modalities out there. And her story is different than mine. And what helped me might be different than what Debbie went through. So together, we overcome a lot. So we're here for you now. We want to nurture you into feeling better, and know there's people on your corner. And like Debbie said, Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind. So for us, it means a lot that we're here for you, to support you and give you that warm embrace that you're not alone, and you can get through this. Debbie and I are here to prove to you that it's possible for you to get better, to heal yourself, no matter how bad, no matter how ugly it is. It's possible to get better for sure. So hang in there.
That's beautiful. That's exactly why I've chosen to become part of this beautiful tribe as well. Is exactly the message that you're saying. Nobody gets left behind. And when we were talking about creating this, it was just like shivers just running through my body. I'm like, this needs to happen, because we both have the same thought to help others through our experiences. And yes, our experiences are really different, which is great, because somebody could resonate with your story more, or somebody could resonate with mine, and we can give them the blueprints of how we got through the trauma that was dealt us. And not just trauma, it's experiences too, right?
Yeah. And for me, it was all about a journey back to self-love. And we had to learn to heal ourselves so we can heal others, right? And to come live on Facebook like this, or on the internet, it takes a lot of self-love to do that, a lot of courage to really put yourself out there and open you up for everyone to see, and to see your story. And we're going to share so much throughout the next few weeks with you guys. And we thought right now, this is the time to do it. Like, it's all hands on deck, because through COVID, everything has been stirred up and brought to you for your attention. So all that stuff comes up, right? And we're all dealing with our own feelings, our undealt with emotions. So we really felt that now is the perfect time to come online. And we have this Ohana Hawaiian vibe to us, because Debbie and I, we both have this thing for Hawaii, right?
Yes.
So we like to joke that if all goes well, one day we'll get together and go online. Oh, somebody's saying hello. Bonjour. Bonjour, Mohammed. Thank you for coming online with us. So we hope that one day that this thing grows, and who knows, we can all get together in Hawaii together and play some ukulele by the beach and go for a luau.
That sounds so amazing. We can have it Facebook Live and interview some local people. It'd be beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have a lot of fun guests coming up in the near future. But next week, we have a really special guest. Who's going to be on next week, Debbie?
It's going to be me.
Yay! So you got to come back next week on Monday, and we'll announce it. And then you get to meet Debbie and hear all about her stories.
And I want to stop you right there, because I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
First of all, I want to know, we talked about it a little bit, but what does Ohana mean to you, and how come, what do you think we're going to get out of this? What do you think you're going to get out of this?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ohana, for me, when I hear it, it's like a big warm hug. It's like nobody gets left behind. It's about nurturing, be together, because you know what? This is my belief. I believe that we're all connected. So if you win, then I win. Let me expand. If you win, then your family wins. Then your community wins, then do you know what I mean? It's like a butterfly effect. And I really believe that to make this world a better place, we all have to step out in our own way, become the best version of ourselves, heal ourselves, and have happier relationship with ourselves and families, and healthy boundaries, and make better communities. So I believe that to make this world a better place, and it's for you to win, and if you win, I win, and Debbie wins. We all win. So it's like it's a win-win combination. So that's why I'm here. Is I feel called to step up and to show up and do something and try to help people get through their trauma and get through their challenges, and coach and cheer for them, and just knowing that you have somebody in your corner makes a difference for sure.
Definitely. That's so beautiful. And it really is coming from a heart-centered place. It has nothing, this is heart-centered. This is what you know you contribute. And I'd like to, just whoever's watching and has heard the call to help out where you can, online's a great, like doing lives in your own, just you don't have to have a talk show or anything, but you can go live and give your experiences of the day and do check-ins and let people know that they're not alone, because there's a lot of people who need to see what you have to share, and everyone has something to offer, and you have no idea who you're going to be helping just by one word.
Absolutely. It's a message of hope for sure. And working with you guys, hopefully some of you will heal themselves, and then maybe one day you can come on the show with us and share your story.
I would, yeah, that would, everybody is welcome here. What we are looking for is how to get, how you got over and past of trauma, and what do you have to share? What tips and tricks can you share that helped you? We love to hear about different things. I've been through a lot of trauma, but I have also used a lot of different tools to help. So what I actually am going to ask you is, tell me about your childhood, and then I want to know what the hardest time was and how you did get through it, because that's basically what I feel the show is about. It's about getting through the trauma and sharing with others.
Yes, for sure. Well, before I start my story, I want to say hello to people in the chat room. So we have Hayad and Mohammed. So hello, welcome, aloha. Oh, there we go. So I want to say hi. It's pretty exciting. It's our first show, so I'm excited. Okay, so I was born in Quebec City, and I was the youngest of two. I have an older sister, and we grew up on an acreage, and we had horses and goats and cats and dogs, and I did a lot of fun things growing up, like canoeing and downhill skiing. In the winter, I live on the ski hill. In the summer, I was in a canoe or on a horse, pretty much, or on a motorbike. So I did some pretty courage-building sports. All my hobbies were pretty out there, and it really helped. And then when I was in high school, I joined a high school band, and then I played a trumpet, and I won an audition to become the high school band singer, and so that was another confidence building opportunity. Then I went to college, became a DJ in college, and won a scholarship to learn English. So I said, yes, let's do this. So I moved to Toronto and learned to speak English. So what you hear is about 25, 26 years of immersion. So that's I'll always have an accent, but it's a great icebreaker. So when I look at my life, when I moved to Alberta, I joined the military as a human resource management support clerk. And I compare life. I've mentioned this before, but I'll just share with you guys.
So you know, just for a second there.
Oh, okay. So I compare life. I say life is like military boot camp. Because when I did military boot camp, I've done this part before on an interview, but I'm going to share it with the Ohana tribe. Okay, so when you start military boot camp, you start as a soldier first, not a human resource management clerk. You start as a soldier first. They send you on a military boot camp, and then basically what the military does is they break you down and then build you back up. Okay, so when they break you down, It's just like in a movie. They yell at you, you crawl through the mud, and you tell to march a certain way, and then you tell to dress a certain way, speak a certain way, have you, like, it's very regimented lifestyle, and you go through all these challenges, and basically they break you down, and it's just challenge you until your breaking point. Okay. And not everybody makes it. Okay. Military boot camp is very hard. So what happens is they break you down, and then we lost a lot of soldiers that could make it. It was very unfortunate. But for those who can make it, then they build you back up. Okay. And as you be built back up, you get all your strength, all your amazing values, all these wonderful lessons, and you become stronger until you graduate. And then you get this big rush, right? You like Shira. So this military boot camp experience is just like life. Life for me is just like that. You start as a baby, and you're like a perfect bottle of joy. And then life starts breaking you down. The first lesson you learn is conditional love. You're a good girl, you get love. You're a bad girl, you go to your room, you don't get love. Okay. So you start getting all these life lessons, all these challenges. You get bullied, you get accidents, injuries, you get dumped, your heart gets broken. You're like, it just gets ugly sometimes. Like, it's painful. But these are all opportunities so basically life breaks you down. And hopefully you don't get to the breaking point, but I had my breaking point 2 years ago. I call it like hitting rock bottom.
That must have been difficult.
Yeah. When I hit rock bottom, I didn't know if I was going to make it. Like it was hour by the hour. Like I was stuck there for a while because I was it felt like I was drowning in my tears. I was in so much pain. I mean, I delivered babies. I survived boot camp, but doing the soul, when your soul work happens, it's the hardest thing I ever had to do. So what happens is if you get stuck at rock bottom, you can't stay there. Life will make you move. Yes. You're not supposed to be stagnant. So what happens is if you stay stagnant, which I was so stubborn, I was like, I'm staying there. I can't handle more trauma. I'm not moving. I can't move. I can't breathe. But what happened is life came and kicked me while I was down. So I had no choice. I surrendered right there. Like after getting kicked, move, do something, right? So that's when I surrendered. I said, okay, full surrender. And then that's when I decided to help myself. And then I had to find a way to get unstuck. And little tiny baby step, I start making progress. And step by step, very slow. Okay. I call it baby steak. Baby steak is, you can't give baby a steak. You have to start him with breast milk and then give him formula and then give him one vegetable. So by the time he gets all these teeth and ready for steak, it takes months, years. It takes a long time. Life is like that. When you rebuild yourself, okay, it's a slow process. And you have to have love and compassion for yourself because it will take time. So it took me 2 years to build myself back up. And it wasn't easy, but I slowly but surely I did it. And I'm almost there. I can feel it. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Sure, I'm still in my drama. I'm still dealing with some of my challenges, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I have so much hope now. I'm so much stronger. I love myself. I know what I deserve. I know what I want. So I see life so differently now. It's like I have an eagle view. So I see life in such a different perspective. So there's just a little bit of feedback. Can you hear it?
Yeah, it's my son's going outside.
Okay. Oh, good. Just doing the sound check.
Yeah.
So, folks, that's why I'm here. That's why Debbie and I are here. We're here to say it's possible to get unstuck. It's possible to get out of the deep sorrow. But you have to decide that, okay, I'm going to do this. We can't make you. Like, you have to decide. So we're cheering for you. And basically, that's my story in a nutshell. Life was like the military boot camp, just a lot harder.
You and I
But
have had such similar experiences. Even just 2 years ago, the same thing. It was like the dark night of the soul. I don't know, however else you want to say it, but man, it
yeah.
was soul work, and it was
Oh,
traumatic, and
yes.
it definitely took a lot out of me, but it also allowed me to break of all the conditioning that I had, and then get to choose
Yes.
what I wanted to put in and what I get to leave out. And that was the magic of breaking. Is now everything is brand new for you, and anything you're interested in, you get to pick up and say, oh, not for me, yes for me. I find I'm a lot more attuned to myself, and I'm able to listen to myself and what's good for me. So much more. I'm listening to my body.
That's beautiful. I couldn't have said it better, Debbie. And for me, one of the two biggest lessons, well, there's so many lessons. Like, where do you start? But for me, what was hard is it is okay to love people from a distance. There's many people I love so much, but I had to learn to love them from a distance.
Mm.
And that's okay. The other thing I want you to guys to know is if you don't know what to do, ask yourself, what would a person that loved themselves do? So if you're not sure what to do, just say, if a person really loved themselves, would they go out all night and be exhausted the next day? Would they eat that? Would they do this? Ask yourself, what would a person that loved themselves do? And that, by forcing myself to answer that question, give me clarity. Okay, I should do this. Because I would always put others before me. I would always take the burnt toast, always. And I think a lot of empath and a lot of people like us, like we put other people before us, and we had to learn to love ourselves. That was one of our big lessons that we have to do, right? So now I know my value. I know that I have to, like the airplane thing, right? You have to save yourself so you can help others. So we're here to remind you of that you have value. Okay, you don't have to be a people pleaser. You don't, and you can love people from a distance. Don't stay in toxic relationships. Okay,
Mhm.
because eventually when you love yourself, you won't stay in toxic in any relationship, really.
I was going to say, I completely resonate with that. I had a food addiction,
Yeah,
and I said, oh, I just love food. But then I realized it was Janine Roth who said, when you love something, you don't abuse it and you don't let it abuse you. So food was a relationship, and it was definitely abusive,
yeah,
because of how I allowed it to treat me, right, and how I was basically codependent on it. Um, so
we
it's yeah.
we all numb in different ways.
Mhm.
You can numb with video games, you can numb with food, you can numb with alcohol, substance abuse, reality TV. My drug of choice was being overscheduled and busy, 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 so I wouldn't feel. So what happens is when you numb and then you stop for a minute, you go somewhere quiet, all these emotion goes whoosh right in your face. All the stuff, all your life you didn't deal with comes right back up for you to look at. So if I deal with my life crisis with just that, I would have been easy, but I had all my lifetime of undealt issue on top of it weighing me down even more. So I had to deal with this and this. So I would say, please don't numb. Feel it to heal it. Feel it to
Perfect.
heal it.
I actually have a beautiful saying. It's feel it, reveal it, then heal it. So
Ooh.
and I have a T-shirt, and it was the last show I was co-host on Real People, Real Stories with Jay Rothman, and I. He had told me that phrase. I'm like, you have to feel it, reveal it, and then heal it. And revealing it just means talking about it, even being honest with yourself to reveal. And then once it's revealed, there's nothing left to hide. And it is the most freeing thing for me, is to reveal what I'm keeping inside, which I feel I'm hiding from the world, because I know that it can help others by revealing it, and it helps me.
Absolutely. And you know what? When you start developing that habit of feeling it to reveal it to heal it, then
Mm-hmm.
everything that happens in your life, it's like that. You're like, oh, I'm being triggered. So then you're like, okay, how does it make me feel? How, like you take like an eagle view, you look at life differently, and it gives you strength to say, okay, today I'm going to learn about what does it feel like to be bullied again. Like I'm going to, so you look at it, how does it make you feel? and then you do your healing. Anyway, it's true. It's a process. Yeah. And it's layers and it takes time. Like sometimes you have to revisit things to make sure you mastered it.
Yeah, and what I realized is triggers are just they're there to remind you that there's something that needs to get worked on. So if somebody says something and it hurts your feelings, then you know what you need to work on.
Absolutely. So let's do a time check. How are we doing, Debbie? We have 4 minutes.
I have one more question for you.
Sure.
I want to tell the viewers how we met.
Oh. Am I telling or are you telling?
You are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I organized this fun night at the Emperor Cafe. It was a vision board party, and I was having all these magazines and boards helping people manifest things in their life. And Debbie was one of the participants. And then she came in with a friend, and she sat down and she started working on her vision board. It was quite beautiful, by the way. I looked at it, I was like, wow, she's good. But right away, I felt it was kind of a connection. Like, you just feel it. It's like you meet the energy before she even say anything. It's like I felt her vibe, and right away I felt that connection with you. And it was like, wow, we're kind of like went through the same things in life. We're kind of vibing the same. We have the same passion to help others. And so I was shocked because it's rare that you meet somebody that you're vibing with like that. So it was quite a treat. So I'm glad the next day I was like, friend request, chink. On Facebook. Yeah, for sure. So look at us today. I'm so proud of us that we're doing this. Yay. Aloha.
Thank you for that. That was beautiful. And when I did go to the vision board party, I hadn't seen you before. We had met once before. I remember you were in doing a dance and a song and music for charity. And I didn't really meet you in person. I didn't get a side hi, but it was for the auction. You had honey. Guys, you were auctioning off honey.
Yes.
Yes, and I saw your video. Not your video, but your dance, and that's when I recognized you. But then I'm like, and then we met again. I'm like, oh wow, this is definitely
that's cool.
Supposed to happen.
Yeah. So here we are today, and the journey begins.
I'm so excited, and please, if anyone has any suggestions or anything like that they would like us to cover on the next show, we're going to talk about topics and basically how we got through it. And the show goes wherever it flows. So we want to give our tips and tricks, but if you have any that you need to give or you feel that would be beneficial for other people, let us know, and we can either even have you on or just say the tips and tricks that you have. But we're going to be on every Monday at 3:30 Mountain Standard Time, and we'll see you next week. I thank you so much, Dana, for being a guest. I can't wait for next week, and that'll be on the 11th, I believe.
Yes. 3:30, and then we get to know Debbie.
Yes, you definitely get to know me. I don't know. Well, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'm just so grateful. This is our first launch, our first video together, and tell us who you are. And next time, also, we do love interaction with people. If they have questions or anything during the show of either of us, please feel free to ask and share this out. You never know who you can be helping.
That's right. And we encourage you to start doing the inner journey. This is a perfect time. You're at home or working, but you get more time alone. So this is the perfect time to do the inner work. And it's totally worth it. The rewards are huge. So start doing it.
Do you have a little outgoing song that we can play as we leave? Just music?
Do you want to sing that Lava again?
Sure. I don't know if I'll sing, but I'll sing with lip sync.
I have a dream, I hope it will come true, that you're here with me, and I'm here with you. I wish that the earth, seas, and skies up above will send me someone to love.
Beautiful way to end it. Thank you. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a beautiful day.